backlash against Katy Perry is not ending, with both Joe Rogan and Martha Stewart chiming in over the weekend, along with PR experts who are claiming the singer may face career extinction.
Look at the state of the world and think about how many resources went into putting these women into space. For what? For what was the marketing there? And then to try to make it like, I'm disgusted, literally, I'm disgusted.
It was very profound. I don't know if you've seen Katy Perry talk about it, but she's basically a guru now.
After her heavily publicized 10-minute spaceflight, the backlash has been relentless. And it's not just fans who are calling her out. Joe Rogan, Martha Stewart, Olivia Munn, Emily Ratajkowski, and even fast food chains like Wendy's have chimed in, savagely mocking the stunt. And now, PR experts are warning that Katy Perry could be staring down the barrel of full-blown career extinction if she doesn't change course fast. It all started with what was supposed to be a historic moment. Katy Perry, alongside Gayle King, Lauren Sanchez, Aisha Bowe, Amanda Nguyen, and Carrie-Anne Flynn, blasted off about 62 miles above Earth.
It shows you how quick the flight was. The dead daisy that's like snipped from its life source was still alive or still vibrant.
Yeah, and it's
Look
always
at her. Shut it, Daisy.
Wow.
Look at her nails. So pretty.
Aboard Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin rocket, decked out in blue suits and full glam, the all-female crew floated just above the edge of space for about 10 minutes before returning home. The media tried to sell it as a moment of empowerment, but the public wasn't buying it. Joe Rogan was among the first to call out the absurdity. On his podcast, Rogan sarcastically praised Perry's profound experience, joking that after a 10-minute trip to space, she had apparently become some sort of guru. When his guest Tim Dillon asked what exactly Perry discovered out there, Rogan quipped, "Well, she brought a daisy, which is super important." A photo flashed up showing Katy holding a daisy, a nod to her daughter Daisy Dove. Rogan couldn't help but mock the moment further, commenting, "Look at her nails, so pretty." His point was clear. While real astronauts dedicate years of grueling training to reach space,
At least.
And then they come down.
Let's not minimize this.
No, I know. It's a big deal.
Let's celebrate female astronauts.
And because they were united.
Because a lot of men astronauts, they have to go to school.
Right.
They have to learn how to be a pilot first. Then they have to join the Air Force or the Navy. And then they get appointed by NASA.
That's right.
And then they go to space. You know?
And there has been, that's the other thing, there has been female astronauts.
Let's not minimize this. Let's not minimize this.
Celebrities were treating it like a quick Instagram opportunity. But Joe Rogan wasn't alone. The backlash spread like wildfire. Actress Olivia Munn questioned why so many resources were poured into a 10-minute vanity project when, as she pointed out, there are a lot of people who can't even afford eggs. Olivia Wilde posted a brutal meme of Katy kissing the ground after landing, captioning it, "$1 billion bought some good memes, I guess." Model Emily Ratajkowski didn't hold back either, blasting the flight as end-time she's and accusing the Blue Origin team of destroying the planet.
That space mission this morning, that's end-time shit. Like, this is beyond parody. Saying that you care about Mother Earth and it's about Mother Earth and you're going up in a spaceship that is built and paid for by a company that's single-handedly destroying the planet. Look at the state of the world and think about how many resources went into putting these women into space. For what? For what was the marketing there? And then to try to make it like, I'm disgusted, literally, I'm disgusted.
A devastating accusation considering Katy's public stance on climate change. And things only got worse from there. Martha Stewart took her own subtle jab, posting a throwback of herself experiencing zero gravity back in 2007, without the fanfare or self-aggrandizement. Fans celebrated Martha's quiet flex as the ultimate mic drop, while Katy's image continued to crumble. Even Jessica Chastain and fast food giant Wendy's piled on the mockery, highlighting just how widely the public had turned against Perry and her space adventure. But was the trip even that impressive? Technically, Blue Origin's flight crossed the Kármán line, the widely recognized boundary of space. But just barely. It was more a high-altitude joyride than a real space mission. Joe Rogan pointed out the difference, emphasizing how true NASA astronauts must spend years in flight school, military service, and scientific training before qualifying to go beyond Earth.
Everyone keeps asking, where did they go? There are some now graphics that sort of help explain where the giant phallic rocket went into. I guess it's here to the Kármán line is where it went. Just so it's outside, but it doesn't go fully out of the exosphere.
Katy's 10-minute adventure, by comparison, felt hollow. Worse, it came across as a desperate grab for relevance wrapped in the language of empowerment, and the statements coming from Katy only added fuel to the fire. Clips quickly went viral of Perry making bizarre, pseudo-profound statements. "We weren't taking space, we were making space." For many, it highlighted a growing problem among celebrities.
Here, I'm gonna send you one. I sent you a few this morning. I said, let's discuss.
I saw her, I chatted about it on my show. I saw her say something about we weren't taking space, we're making space.
That's the one I want to send
Which
you.
I thought was an interesting scientific.
A complete lack of self-awareness. Even Katy's attempt to tie the mission to environmental causes backfired spectacularly. Critics were quick to point out the irony of preaching climate action while burning thousands of gallons of jet fuel for a vanity project. Emily Ratajkowski's "destroying the planet" comment wasn't just an exaggeration. It was a brutal truth many fans couldn't ignore. According to analysts, Katy's reputation, already dented from past controversies like her support of Dr. Luke during Kesha's lawsuit, is reaching a breaking point. Many are urging her to take a one-year hiatus from the spotlight, suggesting that continuing to speak out could do irreversible damage.
This one. It's so fun when people. Why is it so fun when people get pretentious? I guess because you're terrified that you would ever do it.
Well, yeah, and I also think it's fun to see somebody who has no self-awareness.
Yeah.
They're always the most fun.
Yeah, now the problem is they don't actually play the right clip. They play this montage and they don't know enough about what's going on there.
Making space.
Well,
But
no,
how,
it's
how
just so
great
funny.
is it that they just get called astronauts?
It's
now?
funny to hear the richest guy in the world's
Lauren Sanchez.
wife go, "We're all in it together."
She's become a PR pyromaniac, one expert put it, lighting her own reputation on fire every time she tries to defend herself. This space debacle isn't an isolated incident. It's just the latest misstep in a long series. Katy's Woman's World campaign, originally intended to celebrate empowerment, was widely criticized for being superficial. Her environmental activism is now seen as hypocritical, and her attempts to double down instead of gracefully accepting criticism have only deepened the public's frustration. In the age of authenticity, Katy Perry's out-of-touch actions are a blueprint for self-destruction. But is her career really over? Katy still has massive name recognition, a loyal fan base, and undeniable talent. But make no mistake, she's standing on very shaky ground. If she keeps ignoring the backlash, the public could very well leave her behind. And once an artist crosses that line, it's almost impossible to come back. In the end, Katy's trip to space was supposed to be a symbol of female empowerment. Instead, it became a case study in how quickly public perception can turn when celebrities lose touch with reality. As one fan bluntly put it, Katy went to space to find herself and lost the audience instead. If Katy Perry wants to salvage her legacy, she'll need to stop talking and start listening. Otherwise, the only thing she'll be making is space between herself and her fans.